we're starting to talk to Cuba. Don't forget, a lot of people that live in our country were treated very badly by Cuba. And we want them to be, they all voted for me, and we want them to be treated well.
Trump is planning to invade Cuba. From Nigel Point to Cuba is 90 miles. There's no way it now going to affect we. No way. So I don't know what is the government's intention. Or the government feels say, why them so in good hands in bed. Them so in bed with America that nothing going to happen. It not going to affect over here. So. But I think it's going to affect. And furthermore, you realize that corruption is on the rise in Jamaica and America. Yes, corruption is on the rise in Jamaica and America. There's more corruption that takes place now that is unbelievable. Unbelievable. And you know the problem with it? The problem with it is not poor people in the big corruption them, you know. It's the people them who control a whole heap of things in Jamaica. Yes. The politicians and the business sector and all these people, them doing some things in the society where, no man, it make the thing, and that's true, we don't know, at least not we, true, we don't know where we are going. The corruption, terrible. Just like when you look in America there, and you see the corruption, it's terrible. 400 and odd youth dead last year. You think it's something where just randomly just happens so? Them think they plan out strategically. Say any youth, all up, you know, you're the Prime Minister talk about it too. You hear about the Prime Minister talk about it. Them not going to carry on go to no courthouse. They must have done it right, they saw. Take it from me, trust me, take it from me, man. Good day, good day, good day. What a day it is. Rain stop, rain start, rain stop, rain start. Place is looking bleaky. Yes, bleaky. But we can work with it. We can work with it, trust me. When you lose friends, so it go. I tell you, man, sad, sad. No man is an island. We just have the 9 nights to slide. But knowing that we have the music still, we find solace in it and play for it all over the world. But even to that, the physical being is part of the process of loving. You know, when somebody gone, you love them still, but when them is here with you, man, believe you me, why you love all the ones them who know Sly and know says a calm brethren who give the world some great music with him talent. Yes, I know him gone. We never hear no more new music from him. Even though we know say Rory have enough of them in the studio, they were not Lego yet. The amount of rhythm was like a rabbit make. Rory, you have enough work for God do. Trust me. We have something to say to the youth them who are terrorize people with gun. Me know say none of them want dead, you know. But you not go like you idiot. You not really go like you idiot. Look here, man. The police them don't want to carry no go to no courthouse. If you no pull gun upon them going to kill you no. You don't understand that. You can say policeman with all sort of gun upon him, strap up and everything. And you have your little pistol them and maybe a little one long gun and all them really. And you know a fire shot after police. And someone have the audacity to stand up and really think say they can challenge the police them going to kill on the youth. You know, see it. Check where them are going with. Look how much youth dead already and the year just start. You think say them just a shoot, so them a get them thing them from bigger guys, you know. We are tell them say, kill them, what's it. No, we know say whole heap of one get shot. Which is that we talk about all the while. And them never pull no gun pan the police. And some of them plant gun pan the youth them. But at this moment in time we can't know that because them now go tell you out of the how much 400 lad youth to them kill. How much of them there died without fire and shot after them. I was just in the wrong place at the wrong time. Like the woman where tell you say, them come in our house, come shoot our man. You don't understand where I'm going. You don't understand where I'm going. I don't understand, I just idiot, fool. You can't tell me say, you no business for no dead, you know. Me just kill a boy and dead. You don't want that, I don't chat in a chat. I just chat in a chat. The police them is going to kill you now, you don't see that. 400 and odd youth dead last year. You think it's something where just randomly just happens so? Them think they plan out strategically. Say any youth, all up, you know, the Prime Minister talk about it too. You hear about the Prime Minister talk about it. Them not going to carry no go to no courthouse. They must have done it right, they saw. Take it from me, trust me, take it from me, man. Take it from me. Don't pull no gun after no police, especially when you see a whole heap of them with freedom gun. Because freedom gun bigger than phone gun, I don't really want to think, you know. And them not have nothing to lose for those kill, you know. They're not going to prison. Because even if you shoot one of them, and them shoot you, you know, they like, you're going to go to court, and then you might be a jail forever, amen. Be sensible, man. Be sensible. Take it from me. Me know a whole heap of you, anytime you see me, when I say, one muta. And the new thing now, say, one muta. I mean, no say, a whole heap of you strap up, you know. But show a muta and show respect. Me give thanks for that. Me give thanks for that. When a man say why, he must show respect to the elder and him really. Me give thanks for that. But behind the scene, you're playing with your life, Rasta. You're playing with your life. I mean, know you have brain and friend. And when you're not ready, you go drink and fire 2 shots and feel good. And them way there. But the police, them is doing another joke business. Them going to kill you now. If a police see you with a gun, him now wait for you fire it after him, you know, him going to shoot you. At this rate, they know in Jamaica. You know, have no youth nowhere legally have no gun. Because you have to have certain things to get gun. And a whole heap of one when me see with gun now. Him not have no house, him not have no land, him not have no money in a bank. Him just a run around the place and a rob people or a kill people for $10,000 and them really. Anytime them catch you now, them not carrying no go to no courthouse. You know that's what I say. How much time you can say it? Anytime them catch you now, if you have a gun, even if you never pull it after them going to shoot you. And them now shoot you for make you go to hospital. I carry you go to court because them don't tell me already, but at least a one man tell me that. Say, muta, we use taxpayer money for carry them go to court, Rasta. Just done the thing right, that's all. Just done it right, that's all. And a whole heap of them I think that. Say them this courthouse business and you have to go to court and try this and come back and get lawyer and this and that. Them one just done it, that's all. And that them I do. As you can see since last year until now, and the new year start, them come back on it again, they are going to kill you now. That me I say. I always hear a man talk about, oh, me kill a man and go to prison, you know. Yeah, me kill a man and go to prison. Him don't want to be killed. To go to the graveyard. Them don't want to do it. So, me I beg you now. I mean, no, say Holy Pound listen to me. Don't pull any gun after the policeman them. Them don't business with if you're not dead or alive, but if I'm going to prefer not to be dead. I saw it go. A message to all of the brethren them who listen to the program and who say, boy, I'm respecting a muta. A one muta and all them something there. No big up. I don't want you big me up and all listen to what I say, you know. And take what I say seriously, you know. Because you have your gun there and a man give all the money if you go down, brother. And when you go there, you shoot the wrong man. And police come by you and shoot you and you dead and the man who go for still alive. The man who pay you for do it and just sit back and relax and say, I did. My boy I did, you know. And never get to the man who tell him. Thing. It's a terrible thing. Gun. So many times we talk about it. But we still have to keep talking about it. We can't talk about it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, you know. Many times. And hope say, one of the time when we say it will reach somebody. And somebody realize, boy, you know, a true muta talk, sir. Yeah, man. We can't talk it one time. We know say we say it all the while. And sometimes we play the same tune there for really highlight it. But really and truly,
the National Works Agency, NWA, has commenced works in St. Thomas under the Graded Overlay Go Road Rehabilitation Program. The works, valued at nearly $50 million, are being carried out on the Bath to Morant Bay and Easington to Yallas corridors. Manager of Communication and Customer Services at the NWA, Stephen Shaw, says the works target sections of both corridors that have deteriorated, especially since the passage of Hurricane Melissa. He says while the Easington Bridge remains closed, patching works will be undertaken on both sides of the structure. He notes that the bridge will be replaced under the government's multi-billion bridge replacement program. Mr. Shaw says a temporary detour road has been constructed to facilitate motorists using the road from Yallas to Easington. Motorists using the targeted corridors should expect slight delays due to the works. Minister of Environment Matthew Samuda says the government has commenced a targeted cleanup and restoration of hurricane-damaged wetlands in Parity St. Elizabeth. The works commenced as part of activities marking World Wetlands Day on Monday, February 2. The exercises involved the removal of debris and bulk waste from mangrove areas to restore hydrological flow, strengthen coastal stability, and protect livelihoods dependent on the ecosystem. Speaking with reporters, Mr. Samuda said the environmental impact of Hurricane Melissa extends beyond visible damage to buildings. He added that the accumulated debris disrupts water movement and weakens coastal systems, making removal a priority. Mr. Samuda further noted that heavy equipment has been deployed to facilitate the operation, with similar exercises planned throughout the year. In news overseas, Ukraine and Russia have conducted a rare exchange of prisoners of war and civilians after 2 days of U.S. brokered peace talks in Abu Dhabi. A total of 157 Ukrainians, 7 of them civilians, and 157 Russian soldiers were returned home in the first such swap in 4 months. Russian, Ukrainian and U.S. teams took part in the talks in the capital of the United Arab Emirates. The main sticking points were said to be territorial concessions Ukraine is under pressure to make and security guarantees for it to prevent further Russian attacks if a deal is agreed to end the 4-year war. No breakthrough has been reported. Finally, all the worshippers kidnapped by gunmen from churches in a village in Nigeria's northern Kaduna state have been released more than 2 weeks after their abduction. Gunmen raided Kermin Wale on January 18 as services were underway. Residents told the BBC that 177 people were taken away, with 11 escaping shortly after. A further 80 who fled from their captors and hid in neighboring villages returned home earlier this week. The police have not revealed what led to the release of the last group of victims. It is unclear who was responsible for the abductions.
Today I'm with you, You know, we watched a video a while ago. In a Lucy. A man sent me a video where the sea wall get breached. What that means is that the water from the sea have come up over and flood out the whole of the Lucy. I don't understand these people. That little wall the way they make there. You mean say years now that wall there and them don't realize say them need for really step up with the wall there. And then wait now till this happen. The wall get breached just like the wall there on the wall. Because right now the water in the road and the water in the sea I come like it's just one place. I don't know if the authorities are going to do nothing about it because them attack like say the money where them have and go for them friend and company. They talk about corruption and no corruption there in Jamaica since Melissa. But them need to do something about it. Them need to do something about that wall, as them call it. It come like it's a sidewalk. It come like a sidewalk rather than a wall. Because the water really gone up there. I want to say gone up there. It gone up there. So, I don't know. Anybody that listen to me who can make a difference, lobby whosoever, the mayor, whosoever, to tell them, say, the wall needs some reconstruction. Yeah, it really need some reconstruction. Good afternoon.
Hello?
You
Yeah, good
hear
afternoon,
me?
Muta. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yes,
man,
I'm hearing the
you
Muta. Can you hear me?
know. I hear you now. Okay. All right, sir. So,
All right.
we're back with the Windrush compensation scheme again. What is happening later? I will say February the 14th. What is happening? Valentine Day.
February the 14th, we got a number of things. First of all, good afternoon to you listeners. Good morning. Good night, wherever in the world you are. February the 14th, we got three events in one, so to speak, Muta. We got the Windrush Family Fun Day, which starts at 12 noon. Sorry, starts at 10 a.m. and goes on until 4 p.m. in the afternoon. Also, we've got the Windrush International Forum that goes on from 1 p.m. until 4 p.m. Then we got Windrush in session from 6 p.m. until midnight. But I'm talking primarily about Windrush International Forum. Windrush International Forum is from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. And that will take place at Spring Valley Estate, Tower Isle, St. Mary, Jamaica. And I'm saying Jamaica Muta because it's a hybrid event, meaning in person. Also, you can join on join via Zoom, or you can listen in on YouTube. And the whole idea of Muta is to promote the Windrush compensation scheme and to encourage potential claimants to apply to the Windrush compensation scheme. In fact, the scheme actual name is the Windrush compensation schemes Muta. Schemes as in two, because there are two schemes. There's the Windrush status scheme, which you can use to regularize the status, which I'll explain in a while what that means. And also you've got the Windrush compensation scheme. The Windrush status scheme is aimed at one particular group, as a number of groups of one particular group, and that group is those individuals who lived in the UK for a number of years, Muta, and left the UK. Those individuals would have, by default, would have had indefinite leave to remain in the UK, Muta, but because they left the UK and would have stayed out of the UK for 2 years or more, by default, that indefinite leave to remain lapse. Now, those individuals can apply to the Windrush scheme rather to re-enter the UK, apply for a returning resident visa using this via the Windrush scheme to re-enter the UK and continue to live as they were living before in the UK. There are criteria to that. One of them is strong and continuous ties. Not going to go into the intricacies and the details of that. However, in essence, what that means is you can use the Windrush status scheme to re-enter the UK. Then you've got the Windrush compensation scheme. The Windrush compensation scheme is to compensate those individuals who lived in the UK or their descendants of the Windrush generation who lived in the UK and they face hostility from the Home Office, a department of the wing up, so to speak, of the UK government. Those hostilities came in various forms. Muta, there were individuals who were deported from the UK in many cases when they should not. Over the years, you would have seen individuals who returned to the UK, who were deported from the UK back to Jamaica. An assumption, and elsewhere in the Commonwealth, assumption was made that those individuals had done some wrong in the UK. In many cases, they did no wrong. It's called the Windrush scheme and compensation scheme because it is aimed at the Windrush generation, those individuals who entered the UK between 1948 and 1973. However, it's not just for that particular group, for primary group, those who enter before 1973. Secondly, those who enter the UK before 1989 and continuously lived in the UK, and also those individuals who entered the UK before they got to the age of 18 years old, and the parent or grandparent came from a Commonwealth country. And fourthly, those individuals who were born in the UK, because they had quite a number of individuals, most of that, despite the fact that they were born in the UK, their lives were impacted. In many cases, they were told they could not apply for, or they're not allowed a British passport, especially those that were born after 1983. So they were born in the UK, and the parent or grandparent came from a Commonwealth country. They too can apply to the scheme. So those are the four primary groups that can apply to the scheme for either status or compensation, depending on what experience or what they've experienced over a number of years. So in essence, if your parent, if you have any relative that traveled to the UK or lived in the UK, or you yourself lived in the UK, you should be finding out about the Windrush compensation scheme and the Windrush scheme, and you should be making inquiries and attend this event at Spring Valley Estate on Valentine's Day.
All right, oh, you go about applying for it? Where you do? Which part you go? Who you talk to for apply for it?
Talk to Roland Olsen. Talk to me by dialing the following number: 011-44-799-178-111. That's 011-44.
Oh, you're there, England. England, you're Virgin. England, you're there.
It is a British number. However, there's a local number as well, but that is a WhatsApp number. Yes, a WhatsApp number, 011-44-799-178-111. For this event on 1 to 4 p.m. on Valentine's Day, what you can do if you want to get more information about what is happening on the day, as well as about the Windrush compensation scheme, you can Google and type into Google the following few words: St. Mary Windrush Forum. St. Mary Windrush Forum. What that will do is take you close to the top on Google. You'll see an Eventbrite page. Click the Eventbrite page, and there will be information about the event and also information about the Windrush compensation scheme.
Okay.
St. Mary Windrush Forum. Any combination, any other type, those three words in, you go straight close to the top at Google. You see the Eventbrite page. Click on it.
All right. Give thanks, Virgin. You do a broad overview of this thing. We appreciate that. You know.
Yes, that's enough, so to speak.
Yeah.
Attend on the day. You also can attend via Zoom across the world. It's not just. It should be a Commonwealth scheme. We'll have attendees from across the world: Nigeria, Ghana, the USA, etc. And there'll be contributors from across the world talking about their experience applying to the scheme, how to apply, etc., etc. Windrush compensation scheme forum, St. Mary, any combination of words, will take you close to the top and Google Eventbrite page. Click it, contact me 011-44-7999-178-111. Or just Google Roland Hustling.
All right, sir. Give thanks, Bridget. Give thanks.
Much appreciated, Mocha. Many thanks, Mocha. Many thanks. Thank you.
All right.
So, Bali.
Them tune I should have play every day as knowledge base, not just for its musical flavor and content, but for what it is saying. We don't get much music like that right now. People are try, but you can't see say them art no dead so. Yeah, man. A whole heap of ones that make music, you know, but them a try do a thing, but it's just a thing them a try. There was a time when man not try nothing. He may come from him heart and him just write down something. And it's something become a influential force all over the globe. Yeah. Them days the man never ever think say he might go tour or go get money to go tour. Them just go tour and we come. No. That not there again. That not there again at all. So when I tell you if you go turn back the clock, and that's what I tell you if you do. I tell you say if you move forward from a higher level than where it was long time. The higher level. And it's not really there no high level, you know. It's not there no high level, you know. Believe you me. It's gone away. Really gone away, man. Trust me. You have some man where him and his wife at the house and him in the bathroom and him phone ring. And they were afraid. They were afraid because him don't remember which part he put on the phone, but him knows it a ring. And him in the bathroom now I come out. What a song that. And say, no matter if the phone ring, anyone who reach it first can pick it up. And you see that some woman now will search all your phone too. Yeah, woman will search phone hard too. I don't know where they might look for. And they might find another phone number. But some man fret about these things. Gentlemen, ease up the pressure, man. Ease up the pressure. I really truly, you should have get another phone and put it on silence. That when it ring, nobody will hear it until when you come out of the bathroom, you can search and see if anyone call. Yeah, man. That's how it go. But it's part of the whole thing. Part of the whole thing. Here we go. Here we go. Remember, say, at 4 o'clock, we're going to the People's Court. 4 o'clock, People's Court, coming up. Yes. You know, we usually feature this part of the program where we talk to a lawyer about certain things. And we know, say, it's very important. We have on the line here Simone Gardner. Simone Gardner, an attorney at law and data protection specialist based in Kingston. She's the managing director of S.A. Gardner Law. Simone practices areas span civil and commercial litigation with particular focus on data privacy, family law, intellectual property, defamation. You know, say, a right lawyer is to talk to. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Mr. Baruka. Thank you for that beautiful introduction.
Look here. You see this thing about litigations where your intellectual property, a whole heap of one listen to the program, we find this very interesting because you have intellectual property, you don't know what to do. You know, you have all these tapes and things. You don't want to give to the wrong person and them. Tell me something. You have a whole heap of that in Jamaica where artists come to you and they don't know what to do with them intellectual property.
Yeah, it happens all the time. You have creatives from small creatives to artists, recording artists, and persons who are in the music industry from a business side, but not actually on stage. It's very common for persons in the creative space to not necessarily know how to protect their intellectual property, because there are different forms of protection that exist in Jamaica, but everything isn't necessarily known to the general public.
All right, well, you have to give a step-by-step blow of what is it when you say intellectual property, and in terms of, you know, where you come in as the one who is protecting the artist, the writer, the musician, to preserve his intellectual property and to also earn from his intellectual property.
Okay, well, intellectual property really just relates to your personal creative expression. You can't necessarily copyright or protect an idea, but you can protect the way that that idea is portrayed to the general public. So if you write lyrics or if you write a story or anything of that nature, and you want to ensure that you are making the necessary financial benefits from it without persons stealing it, or maybe somebody with a bigger platform copying it and saying that it is theirs. Copywriting your intellectual property or the physical embodiment of your creativity is important. And there are different ways to do it. In Jamaica, we have something that's called a poor man's copyright system.
Okay, I know about that. You're right.
You know about that?
Yeah, you put an envelope and seal it and don't open it.
All right, but you can't just seal it and don't open it. You have to send it off somewhere. You have to send it to the post office. Dust off, brush off the dust off of the post office building, and then go in there and lodge it through there. Because the postal system is a very well-established system, and there are so many other things in place where communication is concerned. But that is a tried and true way to secure your intellectual property. Seal it, put it in an envelope, send it off, and from that point in time, it's yours.
Yeah,
because they're going to put a date on it. The importance of copyright protection is this, Muta. You have to ensure that your work was created before the person that was copying you. So if somebody come and say, no, but I mean write that song there, you want to come out and say, no, I wrote it first. But what evidence you have? Well, when I did this poor man's copyright route, and I got it stamped, this is the date. It says February 2022. When did you write that song? That person don't have any form of history to show that they had the song before it blew up in 2025. So that is one thing that helps to protect artists. And the beautiful thing about Jamaicans, we are so creative, and we generally are critically acclaimed on the international scene. But from a local standpoint, many artists, many creatives, they're not sure of the avenues that they have to protect their work.
Yeah. So, in terms of royalties and these things now, a whole heap of people, you write a song, you give an artist it, and him don't put your name on the title of the song written by, because most artists guilty of that. Them just put for them name and that's it. But in terms of the musician, the person who produced the song itself, or maybe write the song itself, sometimes him hardly get any, credits for it. What you think is necessary to alleviate that problem?
Well, first of all, we want to ensure that persons really are aware of what royalties are. Royalties are payments that are made to creators or rights holders where their work is being used by someone else, right? So in Jamaica, royalties are commonly arise in relation to music, film, literary and artistic work, and even digital content. And that can even go to performance rights. You going on stage and singing and playing in your music. Protege going on stage on Jimmy Fallon. That is his performance royalties that he's even getting, right? So how you can get that in practice? You own the copyright, so that's why copyright is important. You're supposed to be getting some form of currency back every single time. I don't know if you noticed, but even when you go on social media and you play certain songs, some of it is restricted because of copyright issues.
Infringement.
So, right, because you have to pay them. In Jamaica, it's a different system because even overseas, when you play certain songs on the radio, you're supposed to get royalties. Yeah. I'm not sure if that's exactly what is in practice in Jamaica. Right?
I think the radio station have an obligation to pay.
Yes, that is
the
true.
Artists. I don't know if it happens still, but
that's
I know
true.
they are supposed to get paid. So in a case like that, if I employ you to really look about that, would it be part of your situation for really find out if I am getting rights from the man who sent out the song out there? The song, the company who have the song. I want to ask you a personal thing too. You know,
sure.
If you write a poem, well, in my case it's a poem, and somebody do back the poem again using your voice, him never do the poem as the next poem. With my lyrics. Him actually use my voice and put it on a rhythm. What can be done? What can be done for really deal with this something? Because
first you have to issue a cease and desist. First you would have to issue a cease and desist because that would go into the civil aspect of things. Right? You issue a cease and desist to the person, you give them a timeline to comply, and if they fail to comply, then you'd have to file an action against them in court for infringing on your right, using your voice and your likeness without your permission. And that is why it's important, ownership is important, because even if certain things belong to you, if you don't claim ownership of those things, then that is where the issue would arise. Because some people can use your work if you license them to do that, right? And there are different licensing agreements that you can enter into.
Yeah, we know that, but when we pick up a certain poem, I look, me say 32 times, it do over. The poem 32 times. And out of that 32 times, I go to all three people. But they really tell them can't do it. And I try to figure out what is going on here. One man can just take your thing, so. And just spread it all over the place. And if I tell you the same, don't make no money and fight, that is a problem. And that is not my problem. That is not my problem.
Right.
In plagiarize me things and put it out there. What can I do? What can I do in a case? And a whole heap of artists could are involved in that same problem there too. What can be done for the artist or the writer? I said the writer at this time. The writer who his artistic expression is out there on the lips of a whole heap of people, and him now collect no money and fight. What can be done? Tell me what can be done. Before you do that, I could take a little break and come forward. Yes, here we're talking to Simone Gardner and his attorney of law. We're just talking about the music part of the thing because there's so much other things here. We have to call her back next week. You can't afford to come back next week? Are you going
to man. Of course. I'd love to.
I'm going to tell the producer up there, upstairs there, to make you come forward next week because right now, I do some music with the pan, you know, and we don't have no time to talk about other part of the thing because the music is a very important part of the whole structure of the music industry in Jamaica. People ball.
Right.
People ball. Them hear them tune pan. Your man will make over, write some lyrics and your man will sing him lyrics. And when he go to the man tell him all sort of thing. He must go to the producer and them something, them don't know if you do. What is it seriously, lawful, you know. If
Right.
somebody would get you to look after your business, what is it that you can offer as a lawyer in that to make the artist feel like, or the writer feel like something are going for him?
Well, first and foremost, I would encourage the writer to protect their work at all costs, because you're sitting on a gold mine. This is something that is going to outlive you years and years after you are gone. So the first thing that I would recommend to this creative is to protect their rights through copyright. That's the first step, because once you protect your work, if somebody breaches through some form of passing off or misrepresentation or whatever the case may be, then you have all right to sue them. And the legal action that you can take is cease and desist. You can even bring an action against them to get an injunction from the court to prevent further use. So the cease and desist is just a letter that you are writing on their behalf. The injunction is a court-ordered order to say that, listen, you're going to stop this, and if you continue, there are going to be consequences. Because stuff like this can amount to reputational harm, which the artist or the creative can claim compensation for. So starting out, I want the artist to respect their own work by registering it in the proper way and taking the right avenues to do so.
Right.
Every single action that stems from that, it's a byproduct of the registration process.
All right. A man produce an album for an artist, right? And him have the master, the man who produce it have the master.
Right.
The man dead who have the master and give somebody the master. And the artist who produce man it dead. So both the producer and the artist dead, but somebody else have the master. What can become of the master now? Can the person who have it now claim it as is, because the man who produce it never write nothing and say nothing? Him just give me.
But who is the true owner though?
The true
it
owner
depends.
dead.
Whoever it lies. Okay.
The true owner dead. The true owner dead.
Well,
the producer
this is treated as property now, Muta. Just like how if you have a house or a car and they leave it, this is treated as property just the same. And just like other property, they don't just disappear after death. So the general rule is when an artist dies, the master forms part of the artist's estate unless they're already sold or assigned or transferred during the artist's lifetime. So that is why it's important to put some respect on your creative work, you know. Because so even though everything is not as tangible as a house or a car, it is property all the same.
Yeah, but if the producer, if the producer master is him pay for the artist to go into the studio and everything, and him make the song them for the master, and him have the master there, and him dead and the artist dead, the family can claim the master.
It depends, right? Was there a will? Was there a will? So
no, it's not. No, that's how we are going at this music business, you know. Which will? No, most man have him master him yard. Him no right no will feed. The producer, him just call the artist in the studio and then make an album. And the album we make, him have the master there for years. And him dead. And the artist dead. And him give somebody the master. Him give somebody the master, you know. And the man who give the master to somebody else, the man dead and the artist dead. So is the person who give the master now have the master?
So the person when him give the masters too, what him have in writing, or if there is nothing in writing, you know, then it still will have to go to court, because at this point in time it's a matter of suggested actions. So if that person can prove that based on the actions of the person that owned the masters, this all of that leads to, all right, the ownership was passed on to me. It's the same thing as if you died intestate, for instance, you know, and just before you died, you did tell somebody, say, you know, you can go and live in my house, you know, and then by next year June you can have the house. And suppose the person die before next year June, and then now them the picnic them and the deceased person will come and take you out of the house. What are you going to do? At that point in time, you have to show the court that there were promises that were made to you, and these are the actions that were taken in furtherance of that promise. Both parties had done something that would lead the average or the reasonable man. That is what the court usually relies on. What would the reasonable man assume in those circumstances? If the reasonable man can assume that based on the promises that were made and the actions taken, that this was in fact owned by that person, if you can prove that before the law, then you have a chance of ownership of those masters. Because royalties don't just stop when an artist dies, no. Copyright generally lasts 17 years after death.
No, the album never released, you know. The album never released. It's just a master that did it.
Royalties from masters and compositions can continue to be paid to the estate or the beneficiaries during that period, depending on the ownership and the contract.
No, where's the during that? Which period? Which period?
All right.
The album never released, you know. It never released at all.
The masters, yes.
Yeah, the master did it, but it never go on record. It never,
and that's why I'm saying if it's not on record and you're saying somebody is purporting to own it, so the person that really own it passed and gone, and the person that is alive right now is saying that it's them own because John Brown, who did own it, him did give it to me.
Yeah.
It's a matter of proof.
Yeah.
It's a matter of proof. You have to prove to the court what actions were taken to align with your assertion that is yours.
Yeah.
Because everybody will come run down at this point in time. You know, if he did dead without a will, the all kind of people is going to come down and try to say that is them own. Especially if him have a spouse, especially if him have children, because half everything goes to the spouse, you know, automatically, you know, if the person dies without a will.
Yeah.
If he has kids, the next half goes to them.
Yeah. Mama, you have to come forward, you know, make sure. Because we still not talk about commercial things that like certain other part of the whole process of the thing. You know, family law and, you know, them to talk about intellectual property and defamation of character and all them something there. Which I only put that go on right now up on YouTube and all this.
Yes, that's true. YouTube. People need to be in the know.
If a man have your image and if a man have your image and him have you and do some strange things where you know you're not going to take part in that, and him put it there like it's you can't sue him, right?
Of course. Because that's also a form of defamation, you know.
Yes, of course.
Especially if that's something that you don't support. Yes. What if on the shirt them have all kinds of different designs of you in a compromising position that goes against the image that you have been maintaining for the past 10, 20 years. You can get compensation for that and claim damages for that, especially if at that point in time you lose supporters, you lose brand deals, you can't pay certain things that you used to before because of that. Because of that, the imagery, the image. But also much people are doing it, I mean, you nobody has got prison fee or jail. I don't understand that. It's a normal thing now for do. It's the same thing that you say now. A lot of them, they just don't know that they have rights. And outside of that, they don't protect their rights from the very beginning. Yeah. Because right now, I see people use my image all over the place. You have to make that in the bud, man. You can't make it continue. No, I'm not going to make it continue. You're a public figure. And if a public figure that have no talk, if a public figure that have no talk, you know. Says who? Well, them put the PM and the opposition leader upon certain things, and they say, boy, you can't talk certain things against the PM, but, you know, you're not going to get in no trouble, like how you talk against a private owner, citizen. Well, guess what? This is the whole point of defamation. The whole definition of defamation is putting information out there about a person in a public space, right, that is untrue. And by virtue of that, it creates damage tangible, palpable damage to that person's reputation, to that person's way of life, their own emotional security. What if you have picnic and you picnic them can't go to school, them have to hide because of that. So defamation, it can apply to the highest of the highs, and it can apply to the simplest or the average man, because all of we are starting in our own right, you know.
Yeah. All right.
So don't sleep on that.
No, I'm not sleep on it. You want to know? We can call out the number upon the phone, yeah? We can call out your number.
Yes, man, for sure.
All right. So, one of the people who are listening, who have some since you bring up all of these things now, especially the artists them, since it's the artists them, we mostly talk about. Her name is Simone Gardner, and her number is 876-295-1514. That's 876-295-1514. Mama, trust me, your phone will ring off. I hope you prepare for the whole heap of phone call them.
I'm prepared for that, and our next discussion next week, I'm hoping that you come with a strong fire, you know, because there's a lot of things out there that needs to be addressed.
No, are you for come for the fire, you know me? Me just ask you a question. You are the fire, you know. Me I just light it. All right. All right. Give thanks.
Amen.
Yeah, all right. That was our guest here, Simone Gardner. We touched on a topic here where we know interest a whole heap of ones out there. Whole heap of ones, including myself. And as we tell you, we're going to bring her forward next week. Okay, we'll take a break, and definitely not. So we reach that part of the program now where we feature the African names. We want to start out with the female names. Amina, A-M-I-N-A, Amina. Amina means faithful. Okay, yes. Amiri, A-M-I-R-I, Amiri. Amiri means princess. Arifo, A-R-I-F-U, Arifo. Arifo means knowledge. Atwoke, A-T-W-O-O-K-I, Atwoke, means she is beautiful. So that's Amina, A-M-I-N-A. Amina means faithful. Amiri, A-M-I-R-I, Amiri means princess. Arifo, A-R-I-F-U, Arifo means knowledge. And Atwoke, A-T-W-O-O-K-I, Atwoke means she is beautiful. Male name, Gamba, G-A-M-B-A, Gamba. He is a warrior. Afiolo, A-F-E-O-L-U, Afiolo. Afiolo means God's love. God loves. Asoke, Alisoke, I-S-O-K-E, Isoke. Isoke means good gift from God. And Juma, J-U-M-A, Juma means born on Friday. That's Gamba, G-A-M-B-A, Gamba means he is a warrior. Afiolo, A-F-E-O-L-U, Afiolo means God, love. Isoke, I-S-O-K, Isoke means good gift from God. And Juma, J-U-M-A, Juma means born on Friday. So Mr. Trump is planning to invade Cuba. From Nigel Point to Cuba is 90 miles. There's no way it now going to affect we. No way. So I don't know what is the government's intention. Or the government feels say, why them so in good hands in bed. Them so in bed with America that nothing now happen. It now going to affect over here. So. But I see it's going to affect. And furthermore, you realize that corruption is on the rise in Jamaica and America. Yes, corruption is on the rise in Jamaica and America. There's more corruption that takes place now that is unbelievable. Unbelievable. And you know the problem with it? The problem with it is not poor people in the big corruption them, you know. It's the people them who control a whole heap of things in Jamaica. Yes. The politicians and the business sector and all these people, them doing some things in the society where no man it make the thing and that's true we don't know, at least not we. True we don't know where we are going. The corruption terrible. Just like when you look in America there and you see the corruption, it's terrible. Yeah. Rich people with power. And the politician them, the most evil and corrupt of the human species. Yes. But them now go to jail, and that's the problem. Them now go to jail, but say them lifestyle change. I said, look upon them, you see them lifestyle change. And say something happen when me and you can't even fathom to write it. Me and you can't even figure it out. Because they're far from we. And unless you have some inner argument, inner ways to get information, you got things say when you see them are some normal people. Yeah, me I talk about the rich people them with power. When I talk about us rich, me I talk about rich with power, because you can't rich and have no power. Even though richness help, you feel have power. But you have rich people inside of Jamaica who don't have no power. But the people who have power rich, it's all of them dynamics all way. Poor people don't must have power. But people who powerful rich. And them are neng, like rat. And the people them bawl and cry. And them can't figure out why. And them children are suffer. And the youth them turn gunman and kill people. Same people them like them. When you look at the area and the community, you live there for years and nothing no change. Physically and mentally, the lifestyle is the same. Same. But you can't see the movement of certain people. Yeah, you can't see the movement of certain politicians. You can't see the movement of certain person. I just saw it go. Some of us say, we're in a serious situation. Serious situation. And them know what I talk about. Yeah, them know what I talk about, because the big guys them abroad who monitor certain things in Jamaica know say the corruption big in Jamaica. And them talk to them friend, and them friend talk to them friend, and sometimes them don't know who stand up beside them, and them attack and it reach long for a level where you're not supposed to know, but you get you just eventually know. Yeah man, I saw it go.
And now the details. Flooding has been reported in sections of Hanover as heavy rains continue to affect parts of the island. The National Works Agency says a section of the main road between Lucy and Mosquito Cove in Point is inundated. It notes that this will impact commutes between Montego Bay, St. James and Negril in Westmoreland. Manager of communication at the NWA, Stephen Shaw, told RFM News that sections of Green Island are also flooded. He is urging persons to exercise extreme caution.
We have received reports of some flooding. A point also in Green Island. We are advising persons at this time to exercise caution as it continues to rain in several parishes, and so there is the likelihood of flooding, occurring flash flooding that is in some spaces.
The NWA, Stephen Shaw, the agency is reminding persons to avoid attempting to cross flooded roadways. And some schools in Hanover are reportedly affected by flooding. RFM News was informed that the compound of the Rhodes Hall High was inundated. Some teachers and students of Pearl River Primary, Upper Rock Spring Primary, Kendall Primary and Cave Valley Primary were also affected. Videos obtained by the news team shows residents, including students, walking through waist-high flood waters. Mayor of Port Maria Fitzroy Wilson is raising concern about what he says is the lack of attention being given by the National Works Agency NWA to critical infrastructure in St. Mary. He says these include major drains that run along the North Coast Highway and the continued closure of the Cox Street Bridge in Port Maria. The bridge has been closed by the NWA since November 2024. The agency says the closure was due to structural damage following persistent rainfall associated with Tropical Storm Rafael. Speaking with RFM News today, Mayor Wilson said the continued closure is affecting residents.
It is still left there without any attention, and persons that traverse that area has to be going miles different the other route, the alternate route to get. So transportation costs is more for the farmers in those areas. We have persons working in the hospitality industry in the hotels. They are faced with higher expenses getting their produce out, getting to work and back home. And that has put a lot of strain on Park Street as well.
The mayor is appealing for a directive to be issued by the Works Minister to the NWA to resume attending the St. Mary Municipal Corporation's monthly meetings as well as the Infrastructure Committee meeting. He said the absence of the NWA from such meetings is impacting how local matters are resolved.
Reaching out to the Minister of Roads and Works to just please see how best we can work together in the interests of St. Mary and have NWA attend these meetings and see how best we can deal with them.
Chairman of the St. Mary Municipal Corporation, Mayor Fitzroy Wilson. Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness has declared that public bureaucracy must be reformed, stating that it needs to be sensitive to outcomes and context. According to Dr. Holness, Jamaica faces a challenge of excessive bureaucracy. Pointing out that bureaucracy by itself is not a bad thing, he says it has become very complicated. His call for reform of bureaucracy follows the tabling of a report from the Auditor General in Parliament, which cited a breach of procurement laws in relation to Telecommunications Minister Dar Vaz. It noted that procurement of 200 Starlink devices valuing $12.12 million was initiated by way of a ministerial instruction instead of by the Director General of the Office of Disaster Preparedness